Perv Asshat. Perv Asshat was the royal chancellor of the Oriana kingdom and the ex-fiancé of Rose Oriana. But behind that high-ranking title, he was a total snake. Perv was secretly working with the cult of Diablos, hoping to get promoted into their elite Knights of Rounds by betraying his own kingdom and handing Rose over for the cult's twisted experiments. It all blew up in his face though. His secret schemes got exposed and he ended up getting his head chopped off by Mordred to shut him up. Now, despite his ridiculous name, Perv wasn't just some joke character. At first, he came across as calm, polite, and smart, but that was all fake. He was a manipulative creep who used charm and fake respect to get what he wanted. He didn't care about loyalty, friends, or even his kingdom. He just wanted power. He'd switch sides, betray allies, and manipulate anyone if it helped his plan. And when things didn't go his way, he stayed cool on the outside but was actually super paranoid on the inside. He had a few key skills. His brain was his biggest weapon. He was really good at strategy, planning several steps ahead, and reading people's minds and patterns to twist situations in his favor. As a fighter, he was pretty average. He admitted he wasn't on the level of stronger characters like Iris, Beatrix, or even Rose, and that got proven during his own wedding when Rose completely destroyed him in a sword fight. Even though his sword skills weren't great, his tactics and manipulation made him dangerous. He brainwashed Queen Reina Oriana and even tricked the cult's top people into trusting him. Still, not everyone was fooled. Characters like Iris and Beatrix were suspicious of him early on. After he saw how powerful Shadow and his team really were, Perv started to panic. He doubted the cult's strength and feared failure. At the wedding where he planned to seal his takeover, everything crumbled when Rose exposed his crimes in front of everyone. Mordred didn't even wait. He just straight up executed him to keep the cult's secrets from leaking out. Kiss Shot, ACEROLA-ORION Heart Underblade. Yes, that's her actual full name. She also goes by Shinobu Oshino when she's in her child form, which is how most people know her in the Monogatari series. The name Kiss Shot was given to her by her original vampire master, Deathtopia Virtuoso Suicide Master. Yeah, that's also a name. The name is packed with meaning. Kiss Shot is like a twisted fairy tale thing about cursed princesses being saved by a kiss. Acerola is from her alias Princess Acerola, and Orion comes from the Hunter constellation, which fits her nature as a vampire. Heart Underblade literally comes from the kanji that makes up her current name, Shinobu. Shinobu looks like an 8-year-old most of the time, but she's 600-year-old vampire who used to be the most terrifying thing around. Before all that, she was a human princess named Laura. She was so beautiful, inside and out, that people started killing themselves just from seeing her, not even joking. Her beauty was like a death sentence. People gave her their lives, their kids' lives. Even musicians gave up their ears, and poets gave up their tongues. It got so bad that corpses piled up around her palace. Then a witch cursed her, she turned invisible, met a vampire, became a vampire herself, and changed her name to, you guessed it, Kiss Shot ACEROLA-ORION Heart Underblade. In the Monogatari series, she lives in Koyomi Araragi's shadow, mostly silent at first, but eventually becomes talkative, sarcastic, and obsessed with donuts. Depending on how much vampire power she has, she can appear as a child, teenager, or a terrifyingly powerful adult woman. Her design constantly changes across the series, from simple white dresses and aviator hats to armored demon forms with horns. And don't let her small form fool you. She's fought gods, summoned dragons, survived being ripped apart repeatedly, and wiped out villages just by being there. Funny Valentine. Funny Valentine is the main villain from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Steel Ball Run. And on top of being the 23rd president of the United States in the story, his stand is called Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap, or D4C for short. And it doesn't stop there. His stand later evolves into D4C Love Train, which lets him redirect all bad luck away from himself or America, dumping it on someone else somewhere in the world. Funny Valentine isn't just a goofy name. He's actually one of the most intense and dangerous characters in the JoJo series. His goal is to gather all the body parts of a mysterious holy figure known as the Saint's Corpse. Why? Because he believes using the core's power will make America great again. I mean, unbeatable. His patriotism is so extreme that he'll sacrifice anyone, friend, soldier, or civilian, to secure what he thinks is justice. Even though he keeps a calm and polite front, he's cold, manipulative, and brutally ruthless underneath it all. He once got so obsessed with a disguised spy pretending to be his wife that he tried to force her into having his child for a political dynasty. His powers are as bizarre as his name. D4C lets him jump between alternate universes by getting himself caught between two objects. Sounds dumb, but it makes him nearly immortal. If he's about to die, he just swaps bodies with another version of himself from a different universe. And if that's not enough, once he combines that with the full power of the Saint's Corpse, he becomes nearly unstoppable. Misfortune aimed at him, like bullets, diseases, or attacks, just gets sent somewhere else. He even used this to beat Gyro Zeppeli, one of the series' main heroes. But in the end, he got hit by Tusk ACT4, an attack that made him fall into an infinite death loop every time he tried to escape the dimensions. Even then, he tried to trick Johnny Joestar into ending the loop by offering to bring back an alternate version of Gyro, which Johnny refused. Dorothy Motherfucker. Dorothy Motherfucker is a witch character introduced in Magia record Puella Magi Madoka Magica side story. She's basically the final witch form of Alina Gray, who fuses with this massive magical being called Embryo Eve by letting her own doppel, a magical copy of herself, devour it. In doing so, she becomes this overpowered, reality-breaking creature with a name that looks like it belongs in a parody, but it's 100% canon. Her official name in the game is Alina Eve, but when the anime aired episode 25, the name that popped up on screen in runes literally translated to Dorothy Motherfucker. The name is actually a mix of Alina's witch name Old Dorothy and her tendency to throw around English curse words, especially motherfucker, for no real reason other than that it fits her chaotic personality. Dorothy Motherfucker isn't just a weird name slapped onto a throwaway villain, she's terrifying. After the fusion, she can instantly spread her doppel of fever to tens of thousands of people. That means she can infect regular people and turn them into artificial magical girls, no matter their age or gender. These new magical girls don't make a wish like normal ones do, and they still have to purify their soul with grief seeds, or they'll end up turning into witches themselves. So basically, Alina mass produces magical girls without their consent and throws them into a cycle of suffering, and Alina says it's all worth it. According to her, the cost of this chaos is humanity's prosperity, and that handing out free magic is a form of divine art. In her words, free of charge magic distribution is God. Vanilla Ice. Vanilla Ice is a villain from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, Stardust Crusaders. The name is a straight-up reference to the American rapper Vanilla Ice, and while the localized versions in some games and dubs tried to clean it up by calling him Cool Ice or Iced, fans still know him by his original bizarre name. Vanilla Ice is Dio's final and most loyal servant. The guy's devotion is so extreme, he literally cuts off his own head just to offer his blood to Dio when he hears his master needs healing. Dio, impressed, brings him back as a vampire without even drinking his blood. As a vampire, Vanilla Ice gains immortality, super strength, speed, and the classic weakness to sunlight. He also uses a deadly stand called Cream. Cream is one of the most dangerous stands in the series. It devours both itself and Vanilla Ice, turning into a floating void ball that erases everything in its path. The catch? He can't see where he's going while using it, so he has to peek out of the void now and then to navigate. In the story, Vanilla Ice is sent to kill 3 of the heroes, Avdol, Polnareff, and Iggy. He succeeds in killing Avdol in a brutal surprise attack. Later, when Iggy uses a fake Dio to confuse him, Vanilla Ice gets so mad at the disrespect shown to his master that he ditches his stand and beats Iggy to death with his bare hands. His downfall comes when Polnareff figures out he's a vampire and exposes him to sunlight, which destroys him instantly. Welldone the Pussyhand from Marduk Scramble the First Compression definitely stands out as one of the strangest character names in anime. The name itself is a mouthful and just plain odd, which makes it memorable for all the wrong, or maybe right, reasons. Welldone is a crime boss with a really twisted personality. What makes his name even weirder is the pussy hand part, which sounds both silly and uncomfortable, but it actually fits the dark, gritty world of Marduk Scramble. The anime is full of intense scenes, and Welldone plays a huge part in the main character Rune Balot's tragic story. He's the one who tries to kill her at the start, which sets off the whole plot. Welldone is manipulative and has a creepy obsession with control. The way he treats people, especially Rune, is pretty disturbing. His name almost feels like a joke, but the character himself is no joke at all. He's cold, calculating, and always seems to be 2 steps ahead. The weirdness of his name actually makes him more memorable, because you can't help but remember someone called Welldone the Pussyhand.